exactly Penguins versus Bruins, but it is Pittsburgh's best prospects against Boston's best prospects today at noon. And that's cool on multiple levels. Good morning to you. Good Friday morning. I'm Dejan Kovacevic of DK Pittsburgh Sports. This is Daily Shot of Penguins. It comes your way bright and early every weekday if you're into football and or baseball. I also offer daily shots of Steelers and Pirates in the same place that you found this. The NHL's annual Prospects Challenge takes place in Buffalo, and when the puck drops at noon, not to be mean to all the other kids who've participated in this for the past several years, but I'll be the first one in a long time worth paying attention to. Two reasons for that. One, actual talent out of the 23 players who made the trip from Cranberry yesterday. Two, talent that's closer to Pittsburgh than, honestly, I can't even come up with a year. Like, I'm thinking of a year in which there was even, one or two guys that you were anticipating, and you might have to go all the way back to the Jake Gensel, Brian Rust classes to find that. And I get that. It's not a criticism on my part. I will defend Jim Rutherford forever for trading the picks that he did, when he did, and why he did. Go argue with the rings if you have a problem with it. But it's been just as clear, if not more painfully clear, over the past half decade that this team's lost its legs, it's lost its life. Even while the superstars have continued performing at a high level, it's lost its supporting cast. So even if these were prospects who were, still 18 and 19 years old, still playing in some caves in Finland or whatever, it wouldn't feel the same as checking in to see how Rutger McGroarty did in a legitimately competitive environment against, I don't even know if you should call them peers, because if he's supposed to be NHL ready, and he is, he should be doing a lot better than those peers, even if they're of the same age group. This episode is brought to you by Bet Online, your number one source for all your summer sports needs this season, from Major League Baseball, golf, NHL, NBA playoffs. Get the latest odds and lines, including all team matchups, player props, odds on just about everything that's out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Bet Online, where the game starts. It's not just McGroarty, though, and I know I've glowed really plenty about him. But when I look at the list here, I said 23. It's actually 24-man roster, 13 forwards, 8 defensemen, and 3 goaltenders. The forwards of note, not going to read all the names, are Tristan Bras, who is a former second-round pick who went on to win the NCAA championship in Denver. We'll see what comes of him. I never detected that anybody's excessively excited about him, but college can transform you in hockey just as it can in life. Ville Koivunen and Vasily Ponomarev are also part of this team. Those are the main two acquisitions in the Gensel trade. Yes, I know Michael Bunting came in the trade too, but you'll remember that Bunting was acquired just because the Penguins wanted to make sure they had somebody in the deal who was able to contribute to a possible playoff run. The fact that Bunting did really well in Pittsburgh in his short time here doesn't hide that these were the two players that Kyle Dubas really wanted. And then, of course, there's McGroarty. So there's 4 forwards right away who should catch your eye in this process. The back end isn't as strong. Owen Pickering, the former first-rounder, is there. There are some people in the organization who like Isaac Beliveau. I'm not one of them. There are people who like Emil Pieni-Niemi. And I could become convinced to join them. And then, in goal is Sergei Murashov, who we've also talked a lot about on this program. And there's never any individual on any hockey team who's better positioned to steal headlines in a short tournament than a goaltender is. So what did I count there? Is it 5, 6? Yeah, I had 4 forwards worth watching, 1 defenseman and 1 goaltender. That's a half dozen guys out of your 24 that you're sending. quarter of the roster where you fully expect that they're going to arrive in Pittsburgh, any of them, at some point within the next year or two. That's neat. I'll take it. If you want to follow the action, so to speak, it's not on TV or anything like that, but Taylor Haas, who covers the Penguins for us at DK Pittsburgh Sports and who covers the Penguins better than anybody, is already in Buffalo. She'll be filing reports throughout the day. Go to dkpittsburghsports.com. Check out our Penguins feed. If you haven't done that already, you're in for a very pleasant surprise because there's nothing else like it when it comes to following this franchise. When we come back, J1Q. Today's J1Q comes from Jack, who says, DK, I'm excited. I'm going to watch the Penguins live for the first time in my life, back-to-back weekends, and I've been a fan for almost 20 years. I'm going to watch the rookies play the Senators rookies on Saturday. That's tomorrow. I'm fired up to get the first look at Rutger McGroarty up close and personal. And then next Saturday, I'll be watching my first preseason game against the Sabres in Buffalo. Hockey is back, baby. Best time of year. Jack, I got nothing to say in response to that other than sitting here smiling and nodding my head. It's funny. From a journalist standpoint, hockey is tough to cover because the travel, I say this all the time, is the toughest in the business. In baseball, even though there's twice as many games, you get to a city, you have 3 days, 4 days there, you can unpack. Hockey, you can't even take your toothbrush out of the bag. You're in Calgary one night and you're going down Highway 2 in Alberta to Edmonton the next. And there's a morning skate that you got to show up for just because there's an optional to see whether or not somebody other than Chad Ruhwedel's going to participate in it. And it can wear on you. I'm not going to lie. But it's hockey. You know, at the end of the night, after all that, you're still there covering hockey. That's awesome. That's awesome. Got nothing else to say to you here, Jack. Enjoy, everybody. Enjoy whatever you can pick up off this Prospects Challenge and know that the main training camp opens next Wednesday in Cranberry. I appreciate hearing from you, Jack. I appreciate everyone listening to Daily Shot of Penguins, and we're going to do another one of these on Monday.